Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Press the Action Button podcast here on digital-delirium.com. As always, I am your host, Joystick, and with me this week is Gameface. Say hello to everybody, Gameface.
I got spaghetti in my mouth.
Why the hell are you putting spaghetti in your mouth now?
You never introduced me first.
I have before.
I thought you were going to go with the special guest today.
Yeah, also with us this week for the very first time ever, someone I've wanted to have on this podcast for a very long time. Everybody welcome Guitar King. Say hello to everyone, Guitar King.
Hey, yo.
Last but certainly not least with us this week is Slacker Chan. Say hello to everybody, Slacker Chan.
Okay, mix of one of my favorite games and one of my favorite obsessions. Pornification!
What game is that?
Decapitation in Brutal Legend.
Ah!
But instead of decapitation, pornification!
Ah, you poof.
Did you warn Guitar King that I'm a brony? Did you warn him beforehand?
Yeah, dude, unfortunately. I wish I could avoid it.
You can't.
No worries. We can't take him anywhere.
No, we can't.
Moving right along.
Okay.
We're watching the Avengers, and the whole theater hears, "Where's the pony?" No,
Really?
No, not really.
Really?
But
Okay.
I just imagined
Okay, so we could have taken you
Only
anywhere.
in Tim's mind.
yeah.
Actually, that would have been hilarious. I'm not
Well,
gonna lie.
you do know what my background at work is, right?
Can we move on?
It's a pony version of Iron Man.
Tell it I
Yes.
hate it.
And
Wow.
the other day, just because
Can we move on?
Well,
Yeah, can we
our
move
QA
on?
department has to screen capture our computers to make sure we're not goofing off, right? The other day, as I was working with my customer, I had to go to my desktop, so I hit show desktop icon right as they screen captured. So that's what they saw.
So they just
So they just saw my
your
background.
desktop and nothing more.
Yes.
It's like, what is he doing? Is he just sitting there staring at his background?
I came up with
Okay.
the idea
Desktop?
that I'm gonna actually make all my icons, instead of maximize, slightly smaller, and have in the upper right hand corner my background, so there's the troll face. So the next time, every day when they screenshot it a couple of times, they just see the troll face in every one.
Okay.
That'd actually be really funny.
Anyway,
Moving right along.
so let's start this again.
Eric and I have a huge announcement for the website, right, Ben?
Yeah, we do. Sorry, I got a dog. I had to chase a dog, sorry.
Yeah, it happens.
That's
It happens, man.
He grabs my shit, little bastard.
Yeah, they do that. Anyway, we have a huge announcement to make this week. Ladies and gentlemen, Eric and I used to have a podcast called From Pong to Eternity.
That wasn't a podcast, that was just a...
a
Webcomic.
yeah, a webcomic, sorry, whatever. We used to have a webcomic called From Pong
Those
to
are
Eternity.
nothing like the same thing.
Can we get a golf clap?
A what?
We actually invented the podcast by calling it a webcomic. Before.
Oh.
Yeah, there we go. Back in 2007 when people had been podcasting for quite some time.
Yeah. Well, we didn't get the royalties or whatever.
No, unfortunately. We are owed a lot of money.
Corporate America, man, you can't win.
You forgot to save it.
I just realized Josh is wearing more red than the Kool-Aid Man.
Oh, funny story. Well, you go on about from Pong to Infinity, but I got a funny story about
Eternity.
something into eternity and beyond.
Yeah, From Pong to Eternity. And we decided this week we were talking about how much we missed the thing and how we miss doing different strips every week, and we decided that we wanted to bring it back. I figured I could host it on the website, so it will become a new feature, and I figured Eric and I could talk a little bit about it, the characters, what you can expect from it in the future, and everything.
Absolutely.
Did you want to start, Eric, or did you want me to?
Oh, no, go ahead. Go ahead, lead off.
Okay. There were originally two main characters. Their names were Kane.
And Lynch.
No, not
That would
Lynch.
be awesome.
I think that was actually Kane and Lynch was actually released after that. Otherwise, we probably would have made a joke about the big ordeal that followed that. Don't you
That's
think?
what she said.
Kane and Lynch is
that didn't
awesome.
work as well. Anyway,
Don't you think so, Eric? We probably would have made a joke about that.
Yeah. Surprised we didn't actually, or maybe talk about his brother, the Undertaker. You never know.
But yeah, and the other character, and Kane was a metalhead. He liked to drink. A huge gamer, obviously, and he was kind of a more serious character, but he also had a very sarcastic side. And then there was Billy Finnegan, whose nickname was Sonic because he has an obsession with Sonic. We won't spoil the full details on how he got his nickname because it's in one of the comics.
3-part comic strip.
Four.
Four.
Yeah, it's actually in the comic. You will be able to read it when it goes up on the website, which should be when this goes up on the website.
Technically,
4 leg.
shut up, Tim.
Okay.
Yeah, shut
It
up. Tim.
technically already is. You would just have to know what the hyperlinks for everything is, and probably wouldn't unless
It's not
you're
accessible from the main
joystick.
site.
right.
I intentionally left it inaccessible from the main site.
It's like a series of closets in an office building that they didn't give doors. Kind of like a cluster of like pods.
Until one day someone
Skeletons
gets
in that.
mad, punches a wall, and it goes, "What's in here?" And it in credits begin.
Okay, R2.
Yeah, apparently Tank's not over here with me. Either that or I forgot to silence my phone.
Well, definitely
was
one of those two.
Right.
I always try to. Speaking of which, did I
That was
silence my
like-
phone?
That was like when we were
No, I
watching
did not. Now I
Pete
silenced
and Pete, and it 90s.
In the middle
I
of
don't
the screen.
think anyone could hear that though.
Oh yeah, I can't hear your ringtone.
Yeah,
It's
I mean, I
nice.
can, but oh, it
Of course,
is. I thought it was a
whatever.
cat.
That's Fluttershy.
it sounds like a cat.
That's one Fluttershy squeaked in the one episode.
Oh yeah, you told me about that.
No, I didn't. Anyway.
Cool story, bro.
Anyway,
No, it's a cool story, Brony.
Shut up.
God, shut up, Tim.
Hey, you invited me. Just remember.
Anyway,
What was I talking about? Seriously.
I don't know. I don't remember.
We're R2.
I was going to
D2,
continue
R2,
talking about
D2.
Sonic and telling about that character.
Go ahead.
Sonic, Billy is like Kane. He likes to drink. He loves to game, but he's much more of a slacker character, and he's not very bright at all.
Billy Mays here with the awesome lager.
He does not have much of a drive forward to accomplish much of anything in his life, and he's pretty satisfied with a crappy job and being roommates with this other guy who's trying to get a much better job.
He's very much like my
so,
brother.
Harold and Kumar?
Kind of? Would you say
That
so?
movie.
Would you say so, Eric?
Yeah, I think so a little bit. Actually, I've never seen those movies, so I have no idea.
Neither.
I've seen the
Second one
first
just looked stupid.
Yeah, I've seen the
first one. I've heard a lot
The
about.
trailers look stupider than the actual movie.
Doogie Howser in them or something?
Yeah, oh, what's his name? They say his name like a million times. Neil Patrick Harris.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I love how it's like, because he's actually gay, but in the movies, he's supposed to be like this huge tail chaser. And then finally, in the latest movie, their Christmas special movie,
I haven't seen that one either.
Neil Patrick, like, it shows him, like, the paparazzi around him with his boyfriend and everything, and once they get in private, like, they all of us, like, the story is, oh no, that's all a public front because no one gets more pussy than it got some guys who claim they're gay.
That
Right.
is true.
But yeah, it's honestly really funny.
I haven't seen beyond the first one, and it's been a long time since I've seen the first one. And then toward the end of the original run that we did, and I don't even. Do you even remember why we stopped doing them?
Probably because we're lazy.
Yeah, that probably was it. We are that. Toward the end of the original run, we introduced a new character, and we're actually named Herbert Woodrow Dickens, and he is a sharp contrast to the other. He's not a big drinker. He is only drinks socially, and when he does, he usually sticks to girly drinks that are multiple colors that aren't
Shirley
green because-
Temple.
that aren't like margarita green, you know.
Space shuttle.
And then he's not a huge gamer. He usually sticks to casual games like Wii Sports. And then
Wii Sports.
Yeah.
It thinks it's a game.
Hey, a lot of people bought a Wii just
I know.
for games.
I know.
Just for
Game
Wii Sports.
For Game Sports.
That was a Freudian slip. Anyway, hey,
Bullshit.
I played it with my mom. You know, like when we first Christmas Eve when we, you know.
But I love how no. You need to tell them about the game I just showed you, available on the Xbox Live.
We'll get to that.
I saw
but
something
wanna-
similar to that. Somebody recommended to.
Anyway,
Well,
he
yeah, we'll
is a huge kind of movie buff guy, but he usually sticks to science fiction and fantasy movies, and he does not like horror movies at all. He doesn't like metal. He usually sticks to crappy pop music and things like Nickelback that nobody
Justin
should like.
Bieber.
What were you gonna say? What were you gonna
The
say?
Beebs, I don't know.
You know what I found hilarious is I put this up on Twitter that okay, Justin Bieber's birthday. I don't remember how I heard this, but his birthday is on the leap year, and I put this thing up on Twitter. It said, "I just realized that because the news was that he just turned 18. Heaven help us all."
Yeah.
And I put up on Twitter, it's like, I just realized that Justin Bieber only has a birthday every 4 years. So by that logic, he won't be allowed to legally drink until 2025. And that is hilarious.
That also reminds me. Were you done with your?
No, I wasn't.
Okay, never mind. Go ahead.
Um,
Continue.
What else did we decide on him?
He had a lot of money. You
Yeah.
know something about money and money?
He does have a fair amount of money.
I like
LARPing.
money.
We decided that he likes to LARP.
Oh, right. He's in a live action role.
It
Is there
almost
anything
sounds-
more dorky than live action role
I'm just
playing?
imagining JD from Scrubs moving in with them. It just that sounds like him.
No, actually, have you seen a movie that came out called Role Models?
No.
It stars Shawn Ashton Kutcher and
Sean Ashton Kutcher?
no, goddamn Sean William Scott. Sorry.
Oh, that guy. Same person.
Sean Ashton Kutcher. Someone fucking punched me in my life. Anyway,
No, he does kind of remind me of Ashton Kutcher, but Sean William Scott is funnier.
and he can act. I don't know. Ashton Kutcher can act a little. Anyway,
Ashton Kutcher's alright.
Anyway, no, what I was saying was him and what's his name from the 40-Year-Old Virgin, the one with the camera who was about to put it in his pants.
Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd, yeah. Him and Sean William Scott were the stars of this movie, and it kind of slipped under the radar, I guess, because I hadn't heard about it. My friend bought it for me, and we watched it, and it's freaking hysterical. The kid from Superbad, McLovin, is in it, and
Yes.
he's a kid who's a LARPer, live-action roleplay.
Oh, man.
And Paul Rudd's supposed to be like his big brother or mentor or whatever you want to call it.
Oh, the last thing is we decided he's into comic books. Because we decided we want him to be into at least a few things that are cool and make him somewhat likable, because you don't get any dorkier than LARPing.
Yeah, I really don't. And
Yeah, but comic books and LARPing are kind of a package deal, aren't they?
I
No, they're not.
whoa, hold on. I take it back. There's one thing worse. And you know it. Don't care.
Ponies?
No, because actually there's a lot more bronies than there are LARPers.
What's
I was gonna
dorkier?
say probably furries.
Oh, gosh.
I think
Show was that said that
Don't get into this.
I'm not
please.
trying to get into a serious debate. All I was going to say was, what show was it that
Oh,
said,
Back to You with Kelsey Grammer.
Yeah,
These
it's
are
like-
the people Trekkie is beat.
Okay.
I'm not trying to make a thing out of it. I just thought of that quote, and that's why I was like, yeah, actually, maybe furries are dorkier.
Anyway,
Yeah.
we're going
Anyway.
to reintroduce this comic. We're going to start producing new strips. I don't know when, but as of the time that this podcast goes up, you will be able to at least read the 39 original comics that we did. And Eric and I, we decided that when E3 rolls around, we want to at least try to do what we did for the original run, which... Did you want to talk about that?
Yeah, what did we do? We did, one, smaller strip a day for E3.
Yeah. Yeah,
It
and
could be interesting.
yeah, we
It's pretty good. You got, there's so many jokes you can make out of the shit that goes on there.
yeah.
The Wii.
And we missed such great opportunities with people like Mr. Caffeine in the past. Fucking
Man, oh my god, I want to slit that dude's throat.
no!
You guys got to do with the Kung Pao and the Wii U. Yeah, that's definitely got to be a joke in there somewhere.
Especially, we could definitely easily make a joke out of that, especially if Nintendo decides to rename the console, which there's rumor that they might.
They should.
I agree. I don't like
I'm
the name
still
Wii U.
pushing for the Woo.
The Magic Woo.
W-O-O. Magic Woo.
I think they should name it. It's retarded, but you'll buy it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sold on the whole controller
That's
thing.
how I feel about Call of Duty. It's retarded, but you'll buy it anyway.
The Nintendo
Yeah,
Honey Vortex.
We hated Call of Duty. We knew Black Ops sucked, but we still bought it anyway for zombies.
You're a consumer whore.
No, actually, I didn't
And
buy it.
how?
No, it was actually Turnbull who bought it, and then he immediately was like, "I regret buying this game." And
If
then
he knew that he
and
was
then-
going to hate it going
wait.
into it, why did he buy it?
because he heard the zombies part was supposed to be actually good, and the rest of the game sucked, and it was true. And he was like,
Let me guess. Did he have to play for a certain amount of time before he unlocked the zombie mode?
No.
Oh, okay.
"No."
Because that would be like the ultimate kick in the pants.
But no, it was funny because we got bored of that, and we are like, "What are we gonna do?" Because we're like, you know what? Let's start drinking, and then we get later on we were bored because all the movies
This
we
isn't
had,
going to end well.
we had seen a bunch of movies. Everything we owned, we had seen a million times. So we're like, let's check out the multiplayer for Call of Duty Black Ops, and it was horrible. And so we ended up deciding Sean would control the left side of the controller. Schaefer, who has MS and bad motor skills, would control the right side of the controller. And then Turnbull, who is drunker than all of us, had the microphone. So he's just blasting the game to shit. And all of us are just laughing hysterically at the stuff he's saying. Meanwhile, Sean and Schaefer were doing the controller, and they ended up getting first in the room. Like, for three rounds in a row.
Wait, you did?
No, yeah, us together. Like, they, both
Your
Sean
team.
and Schaefer. Not just the team, him,
You weren't.
player,
Oh,
our
wow.
player. And we were like, and even Turnbull's like blasting, he's like, okay, we got a guy on the right side of the controller with MS, and like a 12-year-old, and Sean's like, fuck you, on the left side. And
Check
he's
YouTube.
like,
See
"We're
if somebody
still-"
made a video of that.
It would have been great if someone had been
Oh,
recording
man.
it, but
We're gonna
oh my
do
God.
that again.
Turnbull was he was on his A game that night, because you know how he can get sometimes.
Sometimes I'll just get kind of like jaded and just be like, that
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah, but sometimes when he's just
I'm gonna go write poetry.
yeah, and then throw it out
On top of the trash can facing up.
so girl will see it.
not so a girl will see it, just so girl will see it. What's her name? Oh, I don't know. I've just been calling her girl.
You guys want to actually get to topics?
Not really. I'm having too much fun.
So
I haven't been defiant for a while.
we have to get to topics eventually. So yeah,
I saw Avengers tonight.
when this goes up, you will be able. When this podcast goes up, you will be able to read through the back catalog, and we will start doing them at some point in the near future.
Probably pretty soon, I would think. I mean, shouldn't be too hard. I got a job that I don't work very hard at, so I got plenty of free time.
Nice.
Actually, I got two jobs I don't work very hard at, so there you go.
Same here, but I had to sign a thing when I start my job. Basically, anything I do, anything that I make, whether it's a creative material or like a program, it doesn't matter.
One of those?
Yeah, so where I give up all rights to it and the company owns it. Because I used work time. Even if for 5 minutes one day, they automatically own all the rights and I can go fuck myself.
Oh, I'm so
But-
glad that I never had to sign one of those because I doodle so much at work.
Dude, besides, if I was going to do anything, it would be on my own laptop. Not on their connection, so they can't track it. And if they say anything, I'll be like, prove it. You have no proof. And besides, if anyone came along, like one of my managers, I could just quickly minimize it.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
But I
topics.
don't even work on anything creative or
That's all I do at work.
So, well, I think of
No,
creative
I'm
things,
just
but I
playing,
don't
yeah.
actually work on it at work because
So 3 of us
So that-
saw Avengers today,
And the other
2
one
of
saw
us
it the day
saw
before.
Avengers yesterday.
One of us saw it yesterday and today, but you can't guess who that was.
I bet I get. Considering you told me about it last night and you said I think I'm gonna go see it again today.
Yeah, I know. And then I'm going to see it Tuesday, and I got plans to see it like Wednesday or something.
Nice.
Nice. I wouldn't
wait,
mind
question:
going
do you
with
guys see it in 3D?
No.
Actually, I can't see in 3D because I'm blind out of one eye.
Oh, really? That
okay.
sucks.
Well,
Not really, because it's 3D and it's.
I mean, I kind of wish I could have saw Thor with his shirt off in 3D. That'd have been nice, but
Well, to be honest, I saw it in 3D and it was fine. They didn't do a crappy job with the 3D.
You just
Although-
felt lighter in the pockets.
Well, not just that, but I also was like, there was honestly, it made it a little better of an experience. However, I was like, I will never have an urge to see it again in 3D because there was
You see,
nothing
I am
spectacular
not
about it.
a
Like
videophile at all.
but
Joystick here keeps reminding me about things like, for example, the theater we went to didn't have a very good sound system. And I could admit to that, I did notice that when he pointed it out. And immediately after he pointed it out, I forgot about the sound quality, and I didn't remember it again until after the movie when he pointed it out again.
Yeah, that was the only thing about this theater, man. Is when we went to see it,
which
and
one did you go
there
to?
was
Flagship.
flagship cinema,
Oh.
and there was no bay at all.
I
That
noticed it when he
sucks.
pointed it out, and then forgot about it until after
That's
the movie
like-
when he pointed it
That's
out
like
again.
let's look. If you tried to listen to rap with no bass, like
Yeah, but it's still
horrible.
been done a million times.
Anyway,
Or Carlos Santana.
but
But it just made the entire movie sound like off and a little bit noisier than it needed to, having absolutely no low end.
yeah, I've been to flagship. Flagship cinema.
Shit.
They're like maybe like 50 cents cheaper, but they're honestly not worth it. Like, I'd
I don't
rather
know.
go to Cinema Center.
I'd rather go to Cinema Snobber.
No, it's just it's nicer there. Like they clean
Yeah,
shit too.
it is a cleaner theater.
Did you go,
Um,
Eric? Did you go see it at that drive-in theater that's near you, or?
I didn't actually. I went. We have this couple really, really old theaters, and I went to this one called the Highland, which is pretty cool. The sound isn't great. However, they have a bar, so you can sit and order drinks, like and walk right back to your seat.
That's awesome,
Nice.
Yeah,
dude. I
good deal.
need to fucking go to that place.
$5 for a ticket, and then the beer's cheap.
You need to legalize that in Pennsylvania.
Okay, I know, Eric. I know you're gonna have something to say about this first topic, and I know I do. Bethesda Softworks is working with ZeniMax Online to create an Elder Scrolls MMORPG, or as Yahtzee calls it, a Memorpiga, called The Elder Scrolls Online. It is set 1,000 years before Skyrim. It has 3 factions warring for the Emperor's throne. The main villain will be a Daedric prince who is trying to pull off all of Tamriel into his realm. It's supposed to have a fairly cartoony look. It has a class system. It has leveling, but you cannot master skills. And it has a heavy focus on PvP. There are no werewolves. There are no vampires.
Boo! No,
God, that is a lot to read.
I farted.
your mom. Anyway,
I farted your mom.
You still there?
That's a lot to take in. Anyway.
That's what she said.
Oh!
I was
Wait,
waiting for that.
Anyway,
My first thought is, why does Elder Scrolls need an MMORPG?
because money.
My second thought is, I read off this list of things, and it does not sound like Elder Scrolls to me.
Did you see the first screenshot?
No, I didn't.
IGN has the first screenshot up, and it doesn't look like it's first person. It's like pulled back, and it looks kind of like a World of Warcraft style.
Yeah, I heard a lot of people today at work. I work for an internet service provider, in case you didn't know. So I'm a tech, so I work with a bunch of other techs, and it's like geek world. in there. No, like, they were all talking about it today, and they're like, it looks fucking awful, and
Yeah, it does.
I haven't seen it myself, but I didn't get to play Skyrim yet. I own it. I even have the map tacked to my wall in my cubicle at work, but I have not yet played the game.
I
I
can't.
still need to.
You want to immerse yourself in the culture before you actually step in the game.
There you go.
Anyway.
But first of all, classes. Elder Scrolls has never had classes. You create your own class by choosing what skills you want to master in over the course of the game. Why does it need
Like, if
classes?
you want to master in cock, you gotta suck it.
Wait, I'm not sure if I understand this transaction, bro.
Actually, I think he's got a point.
But
Yeah, like I said, it sounds like this is just like Bethesda's like, we want money, give it to us.
yeah, this is
You're gonna pay for it anyway just because it says Elder Scrolls.
yeah. It sounds like World of Warcraft in a Tamriel world.
It pretty much is like what it has. Like 3 providences. Like you can like Skyrim, Cyrodiil, or whatever you can go around in. I don't know.
Cyrodiil was the one that Oblivion takes place in, correct?
Right. Yeah.
And then what's the other one?
Morrowind.
I remember
That's my
Morrowind.
guess. It would be Morrowind.
I played that for like an hour.
I played that for like 100 hours.
I played your mom for 100 hours.
And
I played your mom for over 9,000 hours. Hey-oh!
Another thing that really bothers me is it doesn't have real-time combat. That's been a staple of Elder Scrolls since day fucking one. How do you make an Elder Scrolls game without real-time combat?
Like you said, you suck dick.
And then there was one or two other things. No werewolves and no vampires. I mean, werewolves and vampires have been a part of the Elder Scrolls lore since at least Morrowind.
You know the Twilight fans won't buy it now.
This is true.
Well, we don't need
Wait,
their
you
money.
mean 13-year-old girls? I don't think they were playing Elder Scrolls in the first place, so I think we're good there.
There are two
Did they
kinds
do
of
anything
people in
other
this
than read and
world.
watch Twilight?
Now I'm thinking of ponies again. Way to go, Josh.
I didn't mention ponies.
Twilight, you kind of did.
No, I
Sorry.
mentioned gay vampires.
Well,
Exactly! You got it half right. Vamponies?
Gay ponies?
that just makes it hotter.
I'm going to kill you in your face.
It doesn't surprise me that the main villain of this will be a Daedric prince. That's fairly typical
A
of the
Gaedric
Elder
prince?
Daedric.
Gaedric?
Daedric.
I'm still thinking about vampire. I'm still thinking about Twilight. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It doesn't surprise me that the main villain of this will be a Daedric prince. But why does every game nowadays need either an MMO or multiplayer?
Kind of sucks. Like, with the Elder Scrolls, to me, it was one of the last great single-player RPG experiences. Now it's got to have a damn multiplayer, massively online, with a bunch of dumbass kids running around all day not doing anything.
I shoot fireballs.
Yeah, and I wouldn't mind it that much. Like if it had drop in, drop out co-op, and that was it. Kind of like the Elder Scrolls game, the Elder Scrolls Travel Shadow Key, which I was talking to you about a week or two ago for the N-Gage.
Yeah.
That has co-op.
Oh, yeah, there was
It's-
a good game for N-Gage.
Yeah, that has co-op. It's not a main focus of it, and I'm fine with that.
Alex, did you just spill beer again?
No, it was
But
empty.
there's such
I
an-
drank it too fast.
Massive increase in every game has to have multiplayer. Like one that springs instantly to mind is Dead Space. Why does Dead Space need multiplayer?
I remember hearing the developers specifically said that. They're like, well, a lot of games have it nowadays, so we're trying to incorporate it.
Yeah, and like
Not a reason to incorporate it, just because a lot of games do.
they keep trying to, and like each one of them starts to try to do something different. Like look at Assassin's Creed did something
Yeah.
different with it. But it's so weird.
Well, I heard the Assassin's Creed was good, except for there was like one flaw with it that was really like,
It
and
didn't
the
have
only-
low pan.
and the only way
Everything
to
needs
fix
no
it,
low plan.
it made it. The only way to fix it made it really awkward, and it's just like, let it go. It's not gonna happen in a good
Right.
way.
I don't know. I'm expecting that that they'll talk about a multiplayer mode for Assassin's Creed 3 when they do a huge reveal that we all know is coming at E3.
Pumped for that one.
Yeah, I'm kind of pumped for it too. It looks cool. I like the idea of playing an Indian and using tomahawks and stuff.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
And I like that it's in a different era, and I like that it's not starring the same character we've seen in the last, 4
Well,
games?
how deep aren't the games been very detailed to history and the
Mhm.
time and everything?
Yeah.
Well, I'm wondering, isn't it supposed to take place in Philadelphia?
It's
That's going to be, I think, really interesting.
it takes place like the two cities are Boston and New York, and then there's a giant like wilderness area.
Okay, but still, it's going to be interesting because it's not going to be like the big sprawling like city that you think New York is going to be.
Right, Boston.
Like
was
you're
a lot
going to see
smaller.
maybe what, like 4-story buildings at the max, like
Yeah,
What era?
it's like
Revolutionary War.
Colonial.
yeah, like George Washington is a main character in the game. You work with him.
Yeah, it actually looks pretty cool. I think it looks like if they put in the time and effort, it could be the best game in the series.
I think it will be. Only if they have Nicolas Cage in it. It's the only way.
As
that should
Fu
happen.
Manchu.
That should happen, dude.
It should be the new National Treasure movie. Just make Assassin's Creed 3 National Treasure.
Assassin's Creed 3 Assassin's Creed National Treasure Edition.
Or National Treasure 3 Assassin's
Hey,
Creed.
Nicolas Cage would do it. He'll literally do anything for money. And I'm not saying that to be mean. Like, no, seriously.
Yeah, he will.
He's so in debt, it's not funny. He's been diagnosed with, I forget the name of it.
An addiction to spending.
Yeah, an addiction to spending. So that's why he does so many shitty movies, because people come his way and we're like, hey, want to do this movie? Whoever's offering.
He was in Raising Arizona. Jeez.
Like, any movie, like,
And every once in a while,
whatever's
he's in a-
willing to pay the most at the time, he will do. But he still does good movies, like
Kick-Ass.
Yeah.
Kick-Ass
Yeah.
is fucking awesome.
He's still a good actor, except he just chooses bad movies because he needs as much money as possible.
I think he should do National Treasurer, where he's like a crazy librarian or something. I mean, that'd
Yes. He's in, what was it? Werewolf Women of the SS?
Honestly,
oh, that was great.
Yeah.
honestly,
That wasn't a
movie.
real movie, though.
Yes, yes, it
I'll be
was
honest.
in my mind, so I win.
I'll
It was
be
a fake
honest.
trailer.
The first,
I got that.
The first National Treasure really, honestly, wasn't that bad of a movie.
That's a pretty good movie.
It was a popcorn movie, as my one teacher would put it. But the second movie, when I found there was a sequel, I was like, no, why? I was like, no. I saw it too, and I was just like,
I only saw the
don't
second
like
one for
the
some
second
reason.
one. I don't like it, and now it kind of makes me irritated at the first one, simply because there's a second one.
Simply because
I don't know.
it's to blame for the second one.
Yeah. It's just one of those, like, no.
Anybody here ever sat sideways in a wicker rocking chair?
No, but I'm
Can't
gonna
say I
push
have.
Because
it
I
now.
think that's very soothing.
But,
Okay,
this thing's gonna fall
so-
apart.
More Elder Scrolls new. The Elder Scrolls
Batman
Skyrim.
Yes.
They have announced the very first expansion for the Elder Scrolls Skyrim. It will be a limited time exclusive for the Xbox 360 and will come to the PlayStation 3 and PC later. I find it a little bit strange that it's not coming to the PC first, but
For the PlayStation
Whatever.
3, because it's fucking awesome.
Or some BBB.
and then it will come out this summer. We will have to wait till E3 to find out more. It is called Dawnguard. That's all the information they've given us at this point.
And that's all the information you need.
Well, that's all the information Elder Scrolls fans need to be pumped up about. It is, hey, it exists. Woo!
It has a name. Woo!
Yeah, didn't they? And they had a picture with kind of like the character with the helmet with red eyes.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping it's not zombies. I'm tired of them.
I won't lie, I'm not as pumped as that. What I want to know is, are they really going to make Arkham World? Because if they do, it's going to be the best fucking game ever.
Agreed.
I finished Arkham City. No, I finished Arkham City, and I was just like,
Can't talk.
can't talk, squeaking. I was like, I didn't even go. Like, I barely played any of the side missions because I just wanted to knock out the main story. Because I had waited forever to play that game, and I was like, screw the side stories. I must get to the ending as quick as fucking possible.
I'll have to try this.
I hope it's not. I hope you're right, Eric. I hope it's not like all zombies. And granted, I'm sure there will be zombies in it. Sorry, I wasn't trying to interrupt.
Sorry, oh no, that's okay. I kind of went
Zombies
off
are
topic
so
anyway.
out this
No, I
year.
was actually
Next
saying
year,
that to Eric.
Leprechauns.
How many?
They're remaking the Leprechaun movie, so
Really?
Leprechaun!
Fuck you,
Yeah.
Lucky Charms.
I watched the Leprechaun movie. I hated it, and I was like, Jennifer Aniston. I hope like when people ask you about that movie, you outright deny it. Just say no, that wasn't me, man. You got the wrong person.
Hey, there was a little kid in it that had a fucking slingshot and a
Yeah,
four-leaf
that's-
clover, and he said, "Fuck you, Lucky Charms," and that's awesome.
That is pretty awesome.
What are you hoping to see from this, Eric?
from the Dawn Guard.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I know they said that they're not going to do mini expansions because the ones they do are going to be huge. So I'm kind of hoping for maybe just a giant new area and maybe a new faction to join. Like they had the companions, and they were pretty cool, but the story didn't last too long with them. So I'd like to have like a new faction you could join, maybe a new area to explore.
Yeah. There have been rumors flying around because there's like outlines for different areas of Tamriel in it. Like, if you can go into like debug mode or whatever, you can go beyond the borders of Skyrim and you can find like the Red Mountain from Morrowind. It would be cool to see an expansion that like happens in Morrowind or something.
That'd be sweet. And horse armor. They need to have more horse armor.
I have to use the restroom. But I'll be right back.
I remember people made such a huge deal out of horse armor and
There should be like a Space Core expansion. Oh wait, there is.
yeah.
Space
Did you see that? Did you see that downloadable content for the PC version, Eric?
Nah.
That pisses me off. It's only for the PC. Though.
It's called the Fall of the Space Core. And what it is the core that you get toward the end of Portal 2 when you're fighting the final boss?
Actually, I never played Portal 2.
Oh, well, never mind then.
I'm that guy.
You should play Portal 2, dude. It's really, really good.
Space. Wait, lady. Hey, lady. Lady. Hey, lady. Hey, lady. We're going to space.
But yeah, it's just you get these like little like eyeballs like there was in the first Portal that just talk to you when you move them around, and this one is obsessed with space, and the character's voice was done by none other than Nolan North, who does every video game character on the planet nowadays. And Valve said they wanted to get this expansion to fill Skyrim's void of Nolan North because Nolan North wasn't in that game.
Because then he actually like do some original work for it. Like, doesn't he actually like if you're around a dragon? Doesn't he start talking about the dragon? The dragon. Look out! There's a dragon. The dragon.
I don't know. I haven't.
There isn't dragons in space.
I don't own the PC version, Tim. I don't own any version anymore because someone stole it.
Someone stole your Skyrim.
Yeah, I've talked about that.
Oh.
Not that I'm bitter, but I am bitter.
I don't remember you talking about that, Hank. But
Mary happened to my copy of Skyrim
why don't you just go to her house and just take it back?
because her mom will call the cops if I do, and I will get arrested.
That's why you cut the phone line.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, I really want to get my copy of Skyrim.
Dude, it's called the NID, the Network Interface Device, outside the home. Cut it.
Yeah. I've told you about Mary, right, dude?
Yeah.
She pisses me off. You realize he can't hear you, right?
Your mom can hear me.
Yeah, I really would love to go over there and get my copy back because I really want to play Skyrim again.
I was saying as I was walking out of the latrine, I was just saying, Mary's mom did try calling the police on someone once, and it ended up being Mary who got in trouble.
Yeah, Mary has a warrant out for her
there's
arrest.
a warrant out for her arrest. You know what?
She's had a warrant out for her arrest for like a fucking year.
Wait, there's still a warrant out for her
Oh,
arrest?
heck, I don't know. She probably.
Probably.
You know what? Go over there, confront confront her.
You know, she probably never fucking paid her.
If Mary's mom threatens, they call the police, and then they can come in, see all my shit Mary's stolen, and arrest Mary since there's a warrant for her arrest.
Well, it wouldn't work quite like that, but Paul was over there to pick up his kid from her house, and he basically got into a verbal fight, and he called her mom a freaking retard to her face, I think. And she left. She called the police on him. Police asked, "What did he do?" And he's like, "Well, he was in here, and he was insulting me, and he called me this and the." And they're like, "Well, you invited him in, so he didn't really do anything illegal, and your daughter has a warrant out for her arrest, so you're an idiot."
Tell your daughter to run, because we're sending over a squad car. Goodbye.
Pretty much.
Okay, and more multiplayer that feels unnecessary news. God of War, we already talked in the past, we talked on this podcast about God of War Ascension, the new God of War game that's going to be a prequel to the very first one. It's going to feature a multiplayer mode. It will be, you'll have character creation, there will be a class system, it will be co-op based. That's all I know. Why does God of War need multiplayer?
Why does there need to be another God of War?
War.
Go ahead, Eric.
I was gonna say, I think I heard it's a prequel, and I couldn't really be less interested in it.
There should be a really, really super, extremely gory one, and it should just be called Wad of Gore.
Isn't this the third prequel they've done?
Can't they should just call it God of War edition.
How about God of Time Warner?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Isn't this the third prequel they've done? Aren't both of the
Yeah, they had the two PSP ones.
I was gonna say, aren't both of the games for the PSP prequels?
This is a prequel to all of them.
I hate Time Warner for one reason only, if not because they do suck, but they made AOL, and I still get customers going, why is AOL not working? I don't know. You may have our internet service, but we don't support AOL. Contact Time Warner. Fuck off. Bye. I literally had people go convert over to us when they ask, where do I download CenturyLink internet program? There is no program. Well then, how do I get online? You're online right now. You're chatting with me, and I had to go. I tried every nice possible way to explain to him how we did not have an interface like AOL and how the internet works, how DSL works from dial-up. He would not get it, and finally he just said, "I miss AOL," and he disconnected. I hate Time Warner for creating this abomination called AOL.
I've never even seen the AOL interface. Didn't you have to have a specific window open all the time?
Yeah, for it.
I saw the AOL. The last time I saw the AOL interface was
I've never
sometime in the 90s.
Yeah.
I was not even 10 at the time.
Who use it, which
Turnbaugh
is so sad.
used to work with a guy whose girlfriend could not use the internet without the AOL interface. I knew they made AOL for broadband. I didn't realize that it was $20 a month just for the interface, and you had to buy another service.
That's what started.
Yeah. And
Just
there's
to get to
people
connect.
who complain to us that it's not working, and it's like, we don't have any control over that. Contact Time Warner. But you're the internet. You're my internet service provider. Yeah, we provide the roadway.
And you
we
have
don't provide the retarded clown car you're driving it. Contact Time Warner.
That's a great
Okay,
analogy.
so
Anyway.
God of War?
No, I want to complain about AOL
No,
more.
yeah, I'm sorry, but
I'm
this
just
is
now
how
realizing how
disinterested
stupid this
I
is.
am in the God of War, to be honest. That's why.
You know, Eric, I loved God of War 1, 2, and 3. I played the first one on the PlayStation Portable. I didn't play the second one. Did you?
No, I own. I think I own both of them for the PSP, but I haven't played them, and I haven't even opened God of War 3 yet.
God of War 3 is well worth your time. It's a much longer game than 1 and 2 were, which is kind of cool. And it's got a really, really fucking cool puzzle when you get to the Garden of Hera. And I really, really liked it. I still think God of War 2 is better, but I really liked it. And it's got a satisfactory conclusion that they can't really continue the series after how God of War 3 ended. But why does this need multiplayer? And at least it's co-op based instead of competitive, just beating the tar out of each other and disemboweling each other. That would be stupid.
Oh my god, a multiplayer hack and slash, that would be the most retarded
That's pretty
game.
much what it's going to be, right?
Well,
I mean,
it's-
they're not going to change the whole mechanics of God of War.
No, they're not. It's multiplayer hack and slash. You work together to defeat like giant bosses and shit
Like a bomb.
with a
See,
character you
it
create
makes-
and a class that you choose.
See, no, it needs to be so that it would be impossible to beat.
Now, what
By
about
yourself,
turn-based
though.
multiplayer?
That would not fit the God of War
Yeah.
series at all.
That's
but it
kind of
has
like-
been
No, I'm
done.
thinking outside
That's
the
kind of
box here.
no, that's
Turn-based multiplayer has been done many times.
yeah, but that's kind of like when they made Metal Gear Acid. Like,
That was a good game.
it might have been a good game, but it was not a Metal Gear game. I'm sorry, it will never.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. I agree. It wasn't not a Metal Gear game.
Like,
I still enjoyed it.
it could have been a great game, but it wasn't a Metal Gear game. Just like how the Final Fantasy movie was a good movie, but it was not Final Fantasy.
You mean The Spirits Within?
yeah,
or,
The Spirits
oh,
Within.
okay. Movie was alright.
I like,
That's
yeah.
Steve Buscemi in it.
Yeah, it has to
Oh,
be,
yeah.
that's a good starting point. Have Steve Buscemi in your movie.
And
That's
it
a
will
point of
be at
interest.
least good.
But it didn't have Lopan. And neither did the Avengers, and that's probably the only thing I could complain about it for.
The Avengers needed more Lopan. The bad guy from fucking Big Trouble in Little China. It needed
Oh,
Lopan.
hold on. They did say that there is going to be a second Avengers. They planned on. There's definitely going to be 2 movies because, hell, after all the lead up, I think they weren't even going to do Thor. Like the only reason they did was for the Avengers and
Thor was good.
Thor was pretty good.
I felt
not the best.
okay.
It wasn't amazing, but it was pretty good.
It
However,
was better than Ghost Rider.
that was awful.
Ghost Rider did suck. I'm not
Making
gonna
a
lie.
second one too.
It wasn't terrible, it was just terribly unrememberable. I don't remember.
I remember hating
The
it.
only thing I
I
remember.
remember Ghost Rider's girlfriend was hot.
The only thing I remember from Ghost Rider was the fact that he kept eating jelly beans out of a martini glass. That's the
I don't even
only
remember
thing
that
I
part.
remember.
I remember the horrible, shitty graphics and the horrible fight
The
scene.
N64 graphics.
Oh my god! The
Okay,
fucking
so-
skeleton laugh.
Portal 2.
I went and saw the second Ghost Rider movie.
Jesus.
Sorry.
I don't know. That scares me.
You,
Yeah.
you didn't mention it to me at all, which makes me think you probably didn't like it very much.
No, it was a lot better than the first one. We had Nicolas Cage, which that's always good for a laugh, and I'm pretty much down for that. You know, see him overact. So yeah, it was better than the first one. Though, like the guys that directed the Crank 2, the first Crank and the second Crank did it.
I feel honestly, I kind of
Wow.
feel bad for Nicolas Cage because he's actually huge
You know, I like
Ghost
the first
Rider
Crank.
fan, and
Yeah, he made like massive fan.
yeah, he even has the Ghost Rider tattoo, which they had to cover up during the filming.
Oh wow. So
both
he
movies.
he volunteered to get paid money to rape his childhood memory.
Yeah, basically, that's how bad he needed money. Is he raped his own childhood fantasy?
I don't think I can watch Nicolas Cage anymore.
Like,
That image.
yeah, but he still does good movies. I wonder if they are going to make a Kick-Ass 2, because there is a Kick-Ass 2 comic.
Yeah,
Supposed
Yeah,
to.
I'd watch that.
I heard that the Kick-Ass 2 comic was nowhere near as good as the Kick-Ass 1 comic.
Right, same here, but... And
See, the first album's better than the first album.
Okay, Scott Pilgrim.
what I heard the director say of the first movie, he was like, yeah, we're working towards getting the funding together. We're gonna make the sequel, and then all of a sudden he's just like, no, we're not making it. It's not gonna do it justice. The second one's bad. We're not doing it. And I'm like, what? Like, I don't know. He
Okay.
made a 180 about it.
So Portal 2 is getting another piece of expansion downloadable content. And again, it will be free. It is called the Perpetual Testing Initiative. And it adds a level creator to the game. You should be able to share your levels online with other people to
Yeah,
play.
but how many are going to be like dickish levels where it's impossible to solve?
That's a good question. I can see people doing that.
Because there's going to be people who are going to be like stuck at a part, but everyone online is going, no, I swear it's solvable. But I'm not going to tell you. You got to figure it out for yourself. And like, there's like people are going to be trolling each other so badly.
What if the editor itself had Gladys in it to yell at you for not making the puzzle solvable?
I wonder if there's any way to actually make some kind of program to add to it so that like you cannot post it if it's unsolvable, or like it tells you that it's unsolvable.
Maybe you have to flag it as unsolvable.
Like it's literally like
you know what they
there's-
should do
What's that?
is have you played Little Big Planet?
Yes, but I never did the level editor or any online.
Never did the online thing. What about you, Eric? Did you play Little Big Planet?
I did. I didn't play the second one, but I played the first one quite a bit.
It was awesome.
Yeah, and the online levels, I think now there's like some 300,000 that people have created, and they're really, really good.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good ones.
Didn't
and-
somebody create Windows XP in Little Big Planet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone also created an airplane flying into the Twin Towers.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there are trolls out there.
Yeah.
But I was going to say, Little Big Planet, it lets you rate the individual level, and it counts up all the ratings and shows what it is, and shows many reviews of it and stuff like that. You remember that, Eric?
Yeah.
So you could automatically tell, oh, this level's supposed to be really good, this level's supposed to be really bad. So if there's unsolvable levels, and they go with something like that, which they should do because it's a damn good idea, you will know right away that it's unsolvable. You know what I mean?
Anywho.
Well, hey, as far as things that are unsolvable, 2 words: Skyblock.
Skyblock. Yes.
Skype.
I thought you were gonna make fun of bronies, honestly, for a second.
They're unsolvable?
Yeah.
Well, they are. But,
Why do you like it? I don't know. It's awesome. Like, watch it. No!
Skyblock is a custom map in Minecraft in which you're on it's like a 7x7 block with one tree, a natural
No,
spring.
wait. You're on a 7x7 block of no.
Yeah.
Is that the thing where that you were watching the Yogscast thing where they fall down and try to hit the water?
No, that was the
that
dropper.
was a puzzle.
Yeah,
that was a
puzzle
puzzle
map.
that someone made. This is you're floating on just like a block of soil in the middle of the sky.
But there's no ground. It's
There's
just
no ground.
infinite.
Sky below you.
Yeah.
There's like one tree, a chest with some random objects, a spring of water, and a spring of lava. And if you fall off the edge, you just fall into infinity and die.
Yeah.
And
You
basically,
literally have to make your own world from scratch.
they basically, if you collide the water and the lava just right, it infinitely spawns like stone that you can look at.
cobblestone. Or actually, you could make regular stone, but it's a
Well, yeah.
it's a slightly more complicated generator, but it's that.
Hmm.
But yeah, but when you break it anyway, it's going to become cobblestone, so
yeah.
there's really no point.
I'm actually looking forward to this more for levels that others will create than for creating levels myself, because Eric, you really should play Portal 2. It's a great game.
Yeah. One of these days I'll get around to buying it. I keep getting distracted.
Yeah, I
A lot
know
of
how
people
that
complained
is.
about it being more story-driven and less action-driven than the first one, and that's true, but it's still less story-driven than a lot of modern games that I've played.
And the story is
And
well
the story is
written
good.
and funny and good.
And
It's something that if your parents
It's
came
a
over, you
different
could get them
thing.
to play
yeah,
too.
it's not. I don't know. My brother tried getting my parents to play Portal once. Didn't
Oh yeah, it's
well.
because your parents don't get anything that isn't like a cube.
Yeah,
like,
pretty much.
No, like he tried explaining, like
So
he
they'd
was
be
like
right at home in
he was like
Minecraft.
literally showing them Portal and explaining how it works, and they were like,
And my mom was like, "Well, wait, who's that?
I don't get it.
That's you. How is that me? If I'm over here, we are looking through the."
Yeah, it was just like
It's
two
an
best
image of you,
brothers
Mom.
play
It's like looking into
Portal
a
2.
mirror.
Oh, two best sisters version I showed you.
Yeah.
Wait, so there's 3 or 4 portals? 2. Well then who's that? You're looking at yourself through. This is the whole game right here. If you don't understand this, okay, hold on. What are you doing? I don't get it. This is like an abstract painting gone wrong. You know, I'm not even feeling good anymore, and it doesn't even feel like a game. I don't feel like we're having fun now. I don't like to switch to Mario. This is much better. Yeah, we should have been playing this from the beginning.
Yeah.
Hey, nothing wrong with Mario.
Well, there's nothing wrong with Portal 2 either. It's
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with Portal 2.
they were because they got to the multiplayer. They kept screwing each other over.
Now,
did
when
you-
I walk through here, you're gonna step off that switch, aren't you? You're not gonna.
You
You're
better
gonna
not,
kill you.
because I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna find a homeless man. I'm gonna pay him to come back here and take a dump in your sink because you are not gonna get off that point again. God damn it!
What the hell are you talking about?
You'd have to see it.
Yeah.
Good times. Anyway,
I have no idea what they're talking about, Eric. I live
That's okay.
here and I've got no fucking clue.
Good times.
This actually looks pretty cool to me. Portal level creator, I think, could be a lot of fun.
Honestly, it's about time. I'm surprised they didn't come out with that with the original game.
Well, they have come up with other expansions that add multiplayer maps, and that's a game that.
Because I mean, I figured they themselves could only go so far with the multiplayer. I figured.
Well, the
they-
multiplayer is not tacked on at all. They put a lot of time, thought, and effort into developing the multiplayer for Portal 2. And as a result, the puzzles in it are extremely clever, and sometimes they're more
And
challenging
what's-
than anything in the single player.
What's funny
campaign.
about that is that's definitely a game you wouldn't think would have a good multiplayer, but it
Yeah, I was
does.
worried about it when they announced it, but after I played it, it is so much fun to do.
Well, it's also more of a co-op thing as well.
Yeah, it is a co-op thing. Although I wouldn't mind seeing the portal gun in multiplayer maps for like Half-Life 2 in the future.
well, it's kind of been done.
Well, they're in the same universe, so
Yeah, they are in the same universe. In fact, they mention things like the Black Mesa and the Black Mesa incident in the first Portal game, and in the second one for that matter.
they claim like Black Mesa stole like the creator when you're like halfway through the game. The guy who started Aperture Science.
Cave
What-
Johnson.
Yeah,
Cave
Cave
Johnson,
Johnson.
yeah, he was complaining about like they had stole something from them, and as a result, they lost like their contract.
Yeah, he's like, those jerks at Black Mesa can suck my, and then he just gets cut off.
Yeah, like the secretary like steals the microphone or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the part I'm up to right now is doing all those old-fashioned tests. I found Glitado.
Oh, you're just now playing through it.
Yeah.
He's borrowing my
Oh,
copy.
that's right. Yeah.
I'm stuck at this one part where I got through this. There's the 3 different gels, right?
Yeah.
And then you finally get up. I get over, and then there's just a little bit of white gel dripping down from somewhere, and I'm like, I cannot figure out. I've tried everything. I am literally getting to the
I do.
point
I
where
think I
I'm
know what
gonna
you're
look
talking
it.
about.
I'm like getting to the point where I'm gonna look it up because I have tried everything. Like, and I'm not dumb. Like, I'm literally ripping through the puzzles like quick as that because
Yeah,
I'm good at puzzles and
there are some that are
riddles.
real
It's the
brain
part where
busters,
it's
man.
kind of coming down from like an overpass. You're going up high. You're going up really, really high, and then you go in, and there's a thing that you have to run across the orange and jump into a portal on the wall.
Yeah, and then it shoots you out. You bounce once, twice.
Oh, wow.
and
Yeah.
Yeah, I
the
know
part
what you're talking about.
then- Okay. Yeah, but
It
let me
gets really
guess. You
freaking
guys
annoying
got
after that.
stuck there too, didn't you?
No,
I
the
did
one
get
that I
stuck
got
for a while.
no, the one that I got stuck on was the one where you have to like make a huge runway and then put a launcher and then another launcher and then make a little runway and then you run and launch
that one
and then
was
launch up
awesome.
and then bounce and then into the exit.
Oh, okay.
It's like you're in like this great big like thing the size of a football field,
Okay.
and there's the gross water that you die in.
Yeah, the like acid. Or
And
whatever.
there's like 5 or 6 different like platforms like just all like scattered around in it. And you have to go from like one to the other to the other to the other to the other. You set up things on them in such a way that you can like bounce your way through like the rest of the. It's a pain.
But it is
freaking
so much.
awesome.
It is. You feel so proud of yourself when you figure it out.
You go.
I love the sense of accomplishment that the Portal games give. Eric, did I ever convince you to buy the orange box?
You convinced me. I just haven't done it yet.
I really need to get you to play through the orange box. I promise you, you will love it. You will love Half-Life 2, and it's 2 episodes, and you will join me in being pissed off at Valve for not making Half-Life 2 Episode 3.
Didn't they say something like no E3 announcements this year too?
Yeah, they said they're going to have no new announcements at E3, which means what the fuck are they going to show? Because
Apparently nothing.
they have, like, I mean, the one game that we don't know that much about that they're supposed to be doing is Defense of the Ancients 2. And that's it. Is that going to be all they show there?
So for the rest of the time, we have this guy, and it's the guy from the Six Flags advertisement dancing.
It's just Mr. Caffeine standing up there and wasting your fucking time for an hour. I fucking
That
hate
would
it.
actually be, in a sense, a great strategy because then
Except the Six
everyone
Flags
would
guy
be
is
on
dead.
edge. Everyone would be on edge for a year. Another year waiting, like, what are they gonna do? It has to be fucking epic! And whatever it is, they'll be like, I don't care! At
Every
least
single
they're
time
doing
every single
something."
time someone asks Valve, all they ever say is, "Yeah, we're working on it." That's it. That's all you ever get out
They
of Valve.
must, either they have something really under the hood, or they're really, like, all depressed, just eating Xanax and ice cream and shit.
What the hell do they have to be depressed about? Every single game they make sells like
Maybe it really
hotcakes.
sucks to be a really good software company.
Dude, your mic is kind of, like, at your neck and not your...
yeah.
You're the women's quiz guy.
Anyway, but I doubt they're going to be working on Portal 3 anytime soon. I don't even know if there will be a Portal 3.
Show's gone.
Okay, we've probably
Unless she goes
gone
back
over
for
an hour by
nostalgia.
now. We've
What?
probably gone over an hour by now on the podcast. So you guys want to sign off?
That was all the topics?
Yeah. there were
Wow,
only
this one
four
actually went pretty quick.
There were only 4.
Okay, yeah.
You know what we could talk about?
What?
Black people?
Scrolls.
Scroll.
The new,
The only thing
let's
I
get
know
some
about
Scrolls.
Scrolls is Bethesda got pissed off at
They
Notch
no,
for
they
it.
fixed that. Both Mojang and Bethesda, they settled the thing. They just wanted it to be clear. Basically, Mojang's like, we want to keep the name of the game Scrolls because that's what we've had the name idea for a long time. We understand there's a lot about it that seems similar to the Elder Scrolls, just in it's a fantasy type blah blah. And they even explained they're like, one of our biggest inspiration is the Elder Scrolls games. But anyway, they settled it down. They settled it. There's no actual lawsuit.
Isn't he working on that and
I
a space
forget.
combat game?
I forget. They basically had to state that this has nothing to do with Elder Scrolls. Blah blah blah. Apparently, them and Bethesda are now friends again. So both companies are okay with each other.
Yeah, that's the only thing I ever heard about it is Notch is developing it, and then they
Well,
said,
there's
then there was the
some video out
lawsuit,
there.
and then Notch said, "Oh, I'm developing this space game," and I'm like, "What about Scrolls?"
Well, it wasn't just Notch who wanted to make it. It was him and another guy who had been working on it. And I think I forget his name, the other guy. I think he's now in charge of it now that Notch has gone on to the space game. I think it was actually more of his baby than Notch's. So,
Mm-hmm.
but anyway,
A mayfly just landed on my leg.
So what do
Where?
you know about the game? What is it going to be like? Do you know anything?
it's card based. It's also it's a bit like it's more tactical. Like remember Final Fantasy Tactics?
I love
Ah.
Fantasy Tactics.
You have like your side of the playing field, and it's like kind of like hexagons. There's a bunch of different spaces you can place your
Space.
character, and it's important strategically because where the other monsters or whatever you want to call them can attack characters, and you place it, and it's a strategic thing because there's one's defense, attack, blah blah blah, and you have like these 6 totems or whatever in the back, and the goal is to destroy all your enemies' totems. They have a certain amount of hit points, blah blah, before they get destroyed. Anyway, it's like a combination between
So it's like Elder Scrolls meets Stratego.
or Yu-Gi-Oh.
Elder Stratego.
Strategals
Anyway,
meets
but
Minecraft.
no, there's actually they did a review of it at the Minecon.
Minicon.
Yeah. It actually looks very interesting, and I signed up so that I hopefully can get as part of the closed alpha, because they claim that in the end, like all the the cards, quote unquote, they're all digital, but their claim is that there will be 1 million different cards. Each one of them will have their own unique animation too. So
Wow.
not only just the artwork for the card, but animation as well. And they would never be able to accomplish this if they were actual physical trading cards, but digitally they can. So
It sounds.
pretty cool.
You make it sound kind of similar to Eric. What was that PlayStation 3 game that used the PlayStation
I have the
Eye with the
Storm.
card base?
I have the Storm. It looked a lot.
I didn't have that one.
Ewoks. Those are called Ewoks.
Was it Eye of Judgment?
I have Judgment or I have the Storm as one of those.
I don't know. That's
It
you
looked
make
like
it
a
sound like
complete
that.
No. That was more of a rip-off of Yu-Gi-Oh! Honestly, that game. I
It
saw
looked
how
kind of
was
cool,
played.
but it seemed like it would be
It
just
was
expensive as shit to play.
Yeah, it was more gimmicky than.
So is Skylanders, but Skylanders is supposed to be pretty good.
Sells like crazy too.
Yeah, it does. I was surprised by that because it's been like a long fucking time since we've had a really good Spyro game, you know?
Yeah, I mean it's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
Never is a really long time. Sorry.
Have you played the ones on the PlayStation 1?
I never owned a PlayStation 1.
You owned a PlayStation
Well, the
2?
PlayStation 1, the games on the PlayStation 1 were pretty
Like,
good.
I played a demo for one once on the PlayStation 2. It wasn't bad. Okay.
Well, the
I was
ones...
just joking, alright?
Yeah, I'm just saying, the ones on the PlayStation 1 were developed by Insomniac. You guys want to sign off?
That's what your mom said. Anyway.
Your mom signed off.
Anyway.
This has been another edition of Press the Action Button podcast here on digital-delirium.com. As always, I am your host, Joystick. With me this week was Gameface. Say goodbye, Gameface.
Bye, folks. Bye in Pennsylvania. Bye in Ohio. Bye in... Where's Higma from? Minnesota.
I don't know.
Bye everywhere around the world. Hello again next week.
We made Higmo up.
That was the worst. That was the worst goodbye ever. Anyway, continue.
Also with us this week was Slackerchan. Say goodbye, Slackerchan.
Fiber! My
my-
breakfast consisted of
Watermelon with
Where's
fiber.
Last but
You would not believe how much watermelon gets into the cargo areas of
Oh,
airplanes.
thank you for not saying what he really said.
yeah, thank you. Also with us this week, for the first time and certainly not the last, say goodbye, Guitar King.
Later on from Akron, Ohio.
And we will talk to you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Peace out.